Hey, here we are, guys. You know what? I had to show you this. I'm not going to show you the whole recipe right now, but in here I'm saving my. I bought some chickpeas at the store. You can use beans or anything, like legumes or, you know, lentils or anything. You mash them all up. You shred some potatoes in there, like shredded potatoes. I've even figured it out now. I'm putting shredded carrot in here. I've got shredded carrot in here. There's no egg, okay? So we got mashed chickpeas, chopped red onions. That adds sweetness too. And so shredded potatoes, shredded carrots, mashed chickpeas, some flour, just enough to get it thickened it up here a bit. And I used unbleached white flour, just a little bit, but no eggs. And what I'm doing here is this. This is a meatless I'm just saying, instead of freaking out when the economy gets worse and meat is already too expensive for most people, I think, well, maybe not. I will eat a little bit of fish when I really need to, because believe it or not, this is my veggie patty made. Look at that, it's still holding together, it's not falling apart. Look at it. You know, it's not, no, you can, it will break if you play around with it enough. But this is going to go on my wrap after I heat up the wrap, which I'm going to do right now. I'll put this on the plate. I'll heat up my wrap. Then I'm going to put this on. And then I'm going to put my chopped tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, and my chopped lettuce on there. You could even add a little bit of grated cheese, but I'm not saying you have to. This is the soy sauce I'm using now, because I noticed when I went to the store and compared the low sodium, which costs like over twice as much as this. The low sodium is about the same amount of sodium as this. We're heating that up in the pan. I've got my fried veggie patty that I just fried. It's great. I'm going to take that and cut it up a little bit, like this even, just really quickly, just break it in half. I'm going to break it, so I'm going to break it in quarters. Boy, that smells good. That really does smell good. There's no cheese or eggs or anything in that. See, we're getting the bubbling going on now. We've got, in the pan, you'll see you get these bubbles coming up on the, that means it's cooking and it's actually expanding inside. So it makes it really nice. And on top of that, I'm going to put these little pieces of veggie patty. Might not be able to put that whole patty in, but I'm going to put enough in to make a nice wrap here. I'll even try eating that. Oh yeah. Can't say no. That's really delicious, really. For what it is. It doesn't taste like meat, but it doesn't taste bad either. Taking that, put it on the plate. Okay, I've got that on the plate. You can put broccoli in this mixture too, you know. And you can put, you know, even got red pepper, but I'm not going to do that right now. But what I do have is I've got some nice clean fresh lettuce. We're going to just get that lettuce out. This is where lettuce is nice, because once you've got the lettuce in, you put kind of a mayonnaise or salad dressing on that, and it really amps up the flavor. So we've got our lettuce. I'm even going to skip the tomato right now. I'm just going to show you what the principle of this is. And yeah, I mean, something as simple as some real mayonnaise. Let's put a little bit of mayonnaise on this lettuce. Yes. Doesn't have to be all over the place, but good. I bought a can of chickpeas, and I took them out of the can, drained it, and mashed the heck out of them. And then I put some other things into this little thing, and I'm wrapping this up right now. There's no cheese, there's nothing except what it is. And I mean, this is if you've got very little money for food, which I'm forecasting is going to be happening for a lot of people. This is what you want to do. You don't want to freak out because you haven't got meat or anything. Remember, legumes, lentils, nuts, grains, all have a certain amount of protein in them. And you need to like mix as many of them together as you can in small amounts to get the right kind of a overall protein complementarity going on. Now this looks really delicious. It smells delicious. I bet you my next door neighbors can smell it. It's really good. Okay, well, here's another little bit of my stuff here that I'm cooking. As you can see, we've got there's shredded carrots, shredded potato, we have chopped up mushrooms, we have red onion chopped up. This one happens to be mashed chickpeas that I got in a can for about $2 and some odd cents. Enough to make easily probably eight or so of these things. The chickpea part anyway, and then you don't need much carrot and you don't need much potato. A little bit of this I'm using I've tried whole wheat flour, but it doesn't work as well. I'm using this no additive all-purpose flour, and it's working out great. I even tried it with a little bit of steel cut rolled oats instead of flour. That also works. And of course these things aren't that bad. $5 gets you 10 of them or something, so 50 cents a piece. Or you can make these yourself. I've got a hot plate, you know. I don't have like a few burners I can use all the time, so I'm always trying to just come up with food dish ideas that you can do in one pan, and that's what this is. So right now I've got the temperature set really quite low. Yeah, you can even see it's still on. Anyway, you can see it's on. You see that little red? Oh, it went off. So anyway, this is how I'll determine how high I want it. But I'm going to keep it low because the potatoes and stuff, and you know, the whole thing kind of needs a little time to cook. You can sear these and then they're kind of mushy still on the inside. You can like cook them up fast, but I'm not doing that. We're cooking them slow. And I'm just letting that thing just cook away on its own there. It's delicious. I just ate the other one. And yeah, so I'm cooking this one, letting it cook slow. And turn the pan around because the hot plate doesn't always get the whole pan. So you just turn it now and then and make sure everything's sizzling around the edges. You know, you're probably cooking it properly. Oh, I'm going to start putting broccoli in mine. Put broccoli in these things, right? Like, we're not worried about making a patty, unless, of course, I was making actual hamburgers for a party or something, but I don't even eat hamburgers. Or I could even be making, you know, wraps for a party using these. A party of more than one. I mean, you could have a two-man. I've even had a one-man party quite often, but it gets boring after a while. So anyway, oh, this smells so delicious. Oh my God. I just love the taste, the smell of that. So, also what I'm doing, I'm throwing some nutritional yeast into the mix here. And I'm actually finding that it's just okay if you forgot it or whatever, which I did. I mean, maybe I don't want to mix it in with the mix and then keeping it in the fridge. I think I like the idea of putting the nutritional yeast on the top while the bottom cooks. It's soaking in and sticking now to the top. When I turn it over, it'll be fine. It'll cook right into the patty or whatever, pancake. I think of it almost as a vegetarian pancake. There's no egg in there. Just mixed really well. Just find that right consistency. There is some water in the chickpeas. I drained most of it out, but once I mashed up the chickpeas, they were pretty dry anyway. So I did put some flour in because it was still not holding together like a patty. Got the flour mixture just right, and then I mixed the other things in. The mushrooms, the tomato, or the potatoes and the carrots, and the onion. And this is just unbelievable. I'm going to eat a lot of these now. Yeah, I am. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's got protein in it. From the beans, the chickpeas, or the lentils. I'm even going to try a combination of all three. I'm going to just start having a little jar in the fridge like this. I like these canning jars. They're awesome. You get them clean. You put all your stuff in the fridge. You keep it tight. And lasts for at least a week in the fridge like that. So you can... This is chickpeas. I'm going to make another one with lentils. I'm going to make another one with beans. And it'll have all the things in it too. So that I can just like shred the carrot and the potato at the last moment. But yeah, that's how it worked out this time. And I've finally discovered the secret to making very good veggie patties. And again, I'll just show you, you know, I got carrots in one of these jars. Keep it in the fridge. This is already about 10 days old and they're still fresh. And I'm not sure if this is the best idea for the rice, because rice apparently, but of course I cooked it and then put it in the jar right away, but apparently if rice is to sit any time after cooking, it can develop bacteria or something in it, which we surely don't want. But yeah, I'm thinking of maybe throwing rice into the next time. Yeah, canning jars are great. I'm using them for all sorts of things. I've even got blackberries in here that I froze over the winter. Every year I go out for a week out into places away from cities so that I can pick blackberries and don't have to wash them, because once you wash your blackberries, they're really not the same. So you can't like pick them in the city and not wash them. You can, but I mean, I wouldn't. I've got like 30 pounds, maybe 40 pounds of blackberries in my freezer every fall, and it lasts me through the winter. So this is vitamin C. This is also kind of a sugar, carbohydrate. It's really good for you. Antioxidants, like you wouldn't believe. And you know, even like on stuff like canned tomatoes, I'll take the can of tomatoes, and I'll use a few tomatoes out of it and put the rest in a jar, and then keep the lid tight and the fridge nice and cold. And these are going to be good for at least a week too. Cold fridge though, has to be cold. And because my refrigerator is so cold, I put all my leafy greens into a paper bag. Can't really show it to you. Well, I guess I can. Put all my leafy greens in a paper bag, double even. Put them in the fridge, because the fridge is cold. It's gonna wreck the vegetables, unless you've got a really good fridge that doesn't do that. But I've got an older fridge, and it's always nice and cold. So I put these in the paper bags, and then this lasts a long time. Cold fridge doesn't wreck the leaves, doesn't wilt anything because it's protected by the paper. And I'm going to take this now and eat it. So we'll talk to you. I'm going to show you the whole recipe on the next video. But yeah, this is basically what you end up with. You end up with this bowl of shredded potatoes, shredded carrots, added to mashed chickpeas or lentils or beans. You can do it with any. I've already done it with the beans and the lentils. And then you add some freshly chopped onions to that. And I've got mushroom in here actually. I put fresh mushrooms in there. So it adds a really nice flavor to it. It's just amazing. And don't forget to get a garden going of some sort. You've got to do it. Check out my the videos, well, my playlists. I've got some of my own videos on these playlists. This one's going on the Hot Plate Gourmet, which has videos from all over the place, all over the world that I've been checking out and making sure they're good for what I believe in. And putting them in there. So check out the playlists, Hot Plate Gourmet, Gardening Tips and Secrets, and Food Facts. Another good playlist of mine. Talk to you soon and enjoy. So, I'll just show you here. It'll lift out of the pan quite nicely. And we'll just flip it like an egg. Look at that egg. Isn't that looking nice? Ooh. Gotta say, I don't mind the looks of that. Almost looks like an omelet, but there's no egg in there. There's no cheese. Perfect. It's just awesome. And when this is cooked up, we'll do what I just showed you. We'll just take this and cut it into little strips, and then we'll throw it into the wrap and add lettuce, tomatoes, anything fresh you want to put in there. I don't mind a little mayonnaise. Mayonnaise works good. Yeah, it's just delicious. Smell them sweet red onions cooking, eh? It's just delicious. And I will now take this and do my little slicing job. Make nice little slices for the wraps. That ought to work pretty good. Looking good. And yeah, now I'm trying the tomatoes with it. We've got the mayonnaise and all that in there. This is going to be a very filling wrap, and I'm not going to need any more after this. And this is just going to be nice. Oh boy, I love it. I've gone and heated up the wrap in the pan, and it is going to be I've eaten worse than this at restaurants, and that ain't bad. That is not bad. Right on.